Well, shoot, I thought it was a lot of good. I think like there has been in a lot of games this year, a lot of good, but unfortunately, there's a handful of mistakes we've had in every game have kept us from ultimately winning, and that's collectively, you know. And but shoot, we had a couple of really good scoring drives. It was tough. I mean, it was tough. Some of those long touchdown drives, I don't think anybody can fully appreciate what a grind it is to get down there and score. But ultimately we fell short. But we had plenty of opportunities, and what an atmosphere! Awesome place, awesome crowd, and just came up short.
What was going through your mind after your game was over and you were walking around the field? Were you thinking big picture, or what was going through your mind?
Well, I think first of all, I was trying to just see as many of those Chiefs guys as I could and tell them, wish them the best moving forward. Knowing that feeling that there's more football left and you're one of 12 is exciting, and then obviously they find out they get a bye and all. So, I love to go at it with those guys, as everybody knows, but I also have a great respect for guys and how they play and how hard they play, and so afterwards you wish them the best and tell them go get them. So I mean that was most of it. I mean there was maybe a glimpse of it that was kind of like, shoot, if it is, if it's the last time here or last time in that uniform, I think that's a possibility. But I think I didn't, and I try not to get too far ahead. It's just too hard to do that, to go there immediately at the end of a game.
There was one moment where Chris Jones, he can sort of bent your knee back and you gave him a little slug. It looked like between a tap and a slug.
Yeah, that was the first play of the game, and I really thought my leg was broke, but obviously, thankfully, it wasn't. It was one of those deals I thought was a little cheap, just because I didn't think he had to finish me. It was already called underneath him, and then he kind of finished me. But again, we've talked after the game, and even during a little break in action, and shoot, it's all good. It's part of it. Some of that is good for me to get me going a little bit, and but shoot, what a player he is now. Talking about one of the best defensive. He's up there. If not one, he's a close second defensive tackles in the league, and he's a heck of a player.
Is the love of the game still there?
Oh yeah, it's still there. I think in a year like this, it can drain you a little bit and beat you up, but it's still there. There's nothing like it. Competing at this level, living a dream, and even in a situation when you're 5-10. I was asked at some point this week, what's the motivation? It's like, shoot, the motivation. I'm 38 years old, get to play the Kansas City Chiefs at this place. Are you kidding me? I don't care what the record is. So that tells me I know that I still got some juice left, and I love to prepare. Talking to Coach Spagnuolo afterwards, I'd never really spoken to him. Just that. Again, and I appreciate it, just that mutual respect, of him saying the challenge for preparing, knowing the stuff that I try to get done, and likewise for him, because he makes it dang tough. I mean, those kind of things are what's awesome throughout the week, and I do still enjoy that.
How much of that juice comes from your desire to prepare and still go through it and get ready to play every week, and how much of it now is kind of gone to get a little chip on your shoulder to make sure you can show people you still can?
Yeah, I really don't think that's there, because I think again, no disrespect, but I think it can become just cliche. If you're 38 and you throw a bunch of interceptions, that's what they're going to say. Can't throw it anymore, can't throw the out, can't throw this, arm strength. And I almost laugh at it, because I want to go, well, let's sit down and watch the 16 games together, and we can see every play you want. And I'll tell you the ones that was horrible. Look at that terrible throw. And then I'll go, now what do you want to say about this throw? And so on. So there's really no chip to prove anything to anybody. I know the people that know. And that's that I still can play at a high level. Have I made plenty of mistakes this year that hurt us in some games? Yes. Were we in some games we could have overcome them? Absolutely. You see it all over the league. So just like today, the stats won't tell the whole story today. So that's why at this point in my career, I could care less about them. The only stat is about winning and losing. And again, I didn't do enough this year to help us win more football games, and I take responsibility for that. Where in the plays and the mistakes that I should be responsible for. But as far as can I do it, there's no question. Do I still want to? Absolutely.
Philip, if you did come back and you're able to kind of clean up some of the mistakes, kind of get some guys in, do you think you guys could get back to where you
I think there's a chance. I think there is a lot of questions to be answered. It's not just a matter of if I'm back and if I play well, we'll go win 12 games. I think we're far from that being the just check that box and everything will be good. If he doesn't turn it over, we're good. I think that is would be inaccurate. There's a lot of question marks moving forward, and I think as those get answered and how those get answered, and along with my personal, that will clear up a lot of things.
Is that part of your evaluation process on whether or not?
No question. No question.
You've obviously been very focused on the moment. Have there been times where you've sort of taken it all in and slowed down and appreciated sort of,
Yeah, I think so.
sunset of your career?
No question. Whether it's exactly the end or not, which it still could be. But either way, we're probably on 16. Playing a little par 3 with only 2 holes to go. So and definitely on that back stretch. So I think I have. And there's been times I've been a little emotional, even at the house, talking through things and thinking about, man, the last blitz protection meeting or the last bus ride. So those things I have gotten to every now and then, and that's when my wife says, shoot, just don't think you can try to hold it in, it'll all blow up at some point. So I have allowed myself to do that, but at the same point go, shoot, don't let that ruin the moment that you're in. Just be right here and enjoy it like I always have, because I can say I don't feel like I've ever taken it for granted, but certainly in year 7, at the end of the year, you don't leave this game in this situation feeling the same way I feel right now. So it is a little different, but got to just, again, be in the present. That was really my whole thing about today, is just be right here and shoot, go play. And I thought we did that. And again, that doesn't mean it's enough. It's not ultimately not enough, but I do think that you can walk out of here with your head held high when you fight and compete and do it the only way you know how. And so that's one thing I'll never apologize for and never really feel ashamed of, because I do it the way I know how, as hard as I can do it. And sometimes it's enough, and sometimes it's not. And that's the only way I'll continue to do it.
You mentioned this could be your last game in this uniform. Would you consider wearing a different uniform if that opportunity presented itself?
Yeah, I mean, I plan to play football. So, yeah, I mean, again, where that's going to be, I think will get sorted out over the next, 3 months, I guess. I've never been in this position. I usually don't even know when the league year starts and when all those things are. So we'll just kind of see. Again, I'm very thankful for the 16 years, and if there's another, I'll be thankful for that one. But I think with the uncertainty just comes that unknown, and kind of just has to play out over time.
But if that were to happen, you're 16 years here, 5 years in Raleigh, you have a lot of stability in your life for the most part. How weird would that be to walk into a brand new city with a brand new practice facility and meet a whole brand new bunch of guys to get those relationships going? Yeah,
it would be weird, no question. I think that's the thing too that I enjoy the most. I think all of you that I've talked to over the years, I love being a teammate. I love that, and I love the camaraderie and just being a teammate. The people, I mean, that's what makes it. That's what makes this whole thing special. So I think that's what will make it hard. But I think, I think we could all agree. I mean, I'd like the people at those places too, probably. What I mean? You'd quickly get to where you're like, shoot, this guy reminds me of him. This guy. I mean, you'd quickly get adapted. And again, it's just because it's such an unknown that who knows. And again, I'm making no predictions by any means, but I think that would be a hard adjustment, but probably one that's not as hard as maybe I think, just because this is the only place I've known. There's been a lot of different people come through here too. I just hadn't left. There are a lot of different teammates that have become my favorites that I didn't know 8 years ago. So I think that those kind of things happen wherever you end up.
So at this point, retirement isn't an option?
I don't think so. It's not right. As I stand today, I'll be, as long as somebody wants me, I'll be playing somewhere. But I mean, shoot, in a month, I don't know. I may be ready to put on a headset and call a ball play. I don't know. I really don't. But yes, as honest as I can answer right now, if one of 32 teams want me and it's the right situation, and I can start that 225th game in a row, I'll be running out there.
When you look at this Chiefs team, you've seen championship teams, do they have a look of a team that can go on?
Again, I don't want to give you a disrespectful answer, because I think, heck yeah, they do. They're one of 12 that's in it. So that's the way I see it. They're one of 12 teams in it. We've seen 6 seeds win it. We've seen 5 seeds win it. They're going to be a 2 seed. So, heck yeah, they have a chance. I think anytime you have the speed they have on offense and a quarterback that can make every throw, and then the defensive kind of doing this. They've kind of been doing this over the last 6 weeks. You just see it, the way they communicate. Obviously, 32 is a heck of a player. 29 is playing some safety now. I've always thought 49 for them was underappreciated, all the things he brings. You had a guy like Suggs that still, obviously, as I found out today, still got some juice left. We already talked about 95 and 55. I think the corners are solid. So, heck yeah, they can. And I think Spagnuolo, he just keeps everybody he keeps you on your toes. And I think that style of defense with those weapons, they may give up some plays, but they also may score the very next play because of what they have on the offensive side.
You gave your gloves to some fans, some Chiefs fans after.
There was one guy in particular back there that you almost feel like you get to know over however many years he's been standing right there. I laugh because he many years ago, me and Charlie Whitehurst were going to Oklahoma Joe's, and we were standing in line. It's a long line, and we were in there, and there was nothing but Chiefs fans everywhere. And here we are standing there, and now we've been seen, and we're standing in line. It is a brutal line. And we stand in there about 3 minutes, and Charlie looks at me and says, "Are we staying in this line?" And I go, "I'm good. Let's just go." So we left. So the next day we're here at the game, and this guy hollers at me, "Hey, Rivers, let me tell you how we do it at Oklahoma Joe's. You stand in line like everybody else. You order, you get your plate." And he said, so since then I was like, how the heck do you know I was in there? So, and then there's always just been this kind of, he gives it to me a little bit, and then we'll make a good play, and he kind of goes, "Hey," so there's kind of been that back and forth. And we caught eye contact at some point, and he said, "Can I get those?" So I thought, what the heck, if it's the last time in here. And those gloves, who knows where they would have ended up had I not done that over the next 6 months. I wouldn't have seen them anyway.
Is it the first time you give them?
I don't know. Probably to opposing fan. Maybe. I don't know. I mean.
But to that guy's.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Philip, you look back at your career here. What are you proudest of? What are the sort of, if there's something that?
Yeah, I think, and I really like to talk about the team, because that's what's most important to me. But I think I'll answer this individually. I think the 224 starts in the regular season. Obviously, there's however many 11 playoff games. I think that's probably one of the most personal, most meaningful things that I've been able to be out there every week. Some of it's toughness, some of it's being blessed with being healthy enough. And some of us, the guys, James Collins and Damon and the staff and all the doctors, Dr. Chow and those guys helping me find a way to get out there. So that's one just from a personal standpoint of actually suiting up and trotting out there every game for 200 whatever in a row. And I think other than that, I mean, I think it's that I can say I gave it everything I had. I mean, every week, So, and maybe it means an interception on 4th and 18 when you're down 10, because I don't care. That it's going to say 2 interceptions. I really don't. It's just like I ain't quitting. So I think that doing it with so many guys over 14 years, and going to the locker room, win or lose, and I can say, "Dadgummit, we're short. We fell short, or we won." But shoot, I couldn't try it any harder. So I think 2 different kind of elements there, but I think that's the 2 things that come to my mind. Ralph Hand.
Come on, Bo fans, you want some more of this? Click subscribe, hit this button right here. Click this button right here and you can get all of this that you want. Come on, Bo fans.